record the screen.
Right.
Oh. How come his says it and yours didn't?
What?
Hey,
There we go. I am now all powerful.
All right, let's get started here. I don't remember everything that had happened.
We
So-
leveled up twice.
I know that didn't happen.
We all had double inspiration.
Also know that didn't happen.
The dragon
Wow.
works for us now.
The dragon works for us. Now let's see. I believe the last time we played, you guys tried to sell art.
Yep.
But you
We
fucked that up.
Ended up getting arrested, but then we
Ended
got our
up getting
revenge because
arrested.
we got the guard captain killed. So all's well that ends
That's right.
well.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, again, you guys went out just to sell some simple art, got somebody killed. Well done. Got arrested, got somebody killed. Well done.
And then we made a deal with Lord
Dagout.
Lord
Made a deal
Dagout
with the Lord
to kill a dragon.
Discreetly kill a dragon.
I think all he technically said was no witnesses.
No witnesses is what he was going after. He just didn't need anybody to know that he cared about that dragon at all.
painting something for Nico and Boomer.
That's right.
Yep.
We found a magic painter.
You asked her to paint a family portrait for you.
No.
Yeah.
And Nico, of course, didn't want anybody in his picture.
Well, no, I wanted the adoring, the adoring
Oh,
masses.
right, Well, but you wanted them to be faceless. Just huddled masses. You're like, of course, make them dirty and unwashed, but looking up to me in supplication.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you want him to have an identity? No, that's not important. Also, I need to be, twice the height of any of the others. The perspective has to be such that I appear godlike. In this picture.
I was on horseback, right? Yeah, I was on horseback. Yeah. They were all like crawling in the
Napoleon pose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The full Napoleon at the pass pose. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Leading the huddled masses to victory.
Yeah. Victory and salvation, a bright new future of fire-safe housing.
Right. Fire-safe housing. Shame about these old buildings. Let's see. And then Abigail had her soul claimed.
Unfortunate.
And Felix was back on the boat, and he told everybody about it.
Yeah.
And
honesty is the best policy, right?
there was a little bit there was a little bit of judging that was going on, like a little bit of judging.
I would never judge you, Felix.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, Skippy. I owe Skippy a spell. I haven't had a chance to homebrew that yet. I'll make that up though. As soon as I'm not getting home at 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. Okay. So we join our intrepid band of. So I think actually, aren't Boomer and Nico? Aren't you guys still trying to sell some art?
We've got the bits left that he didn't want. We were going to go back, so I had to find a biographer, and we were going to sell that art. And then I was like, then I was game for, going and winning some more glory for us.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, she. God, I can't remember her name. The artist lady.
I think I wrote it down. Hang on.
Someone
Anyway,
should be taking. Someone should be taking notes. Anyway, yeah, she told you there was a biographer in town.
Agatha. Agatha was the
Agatha.
magical painter.
Right. Agatha
And
was the painter.
yes, Reswin was the biographer at the university.
That's right.
And if we go and speak to Mr. Malchus at the auction house, he can get rid of the art for us.
That's right.
There we go.
Right, but you didn't.
We didn't actually get that far.
Right. You know, if you guys could see, this is why you can't level up. You guys, you go to, I'm like, oh yeah, just go sell some art, and then you get arrested and all this,
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. This stuff just keeps happening to us. I don't know.
They're bad.
Almost like we didn't have a benevolent benefactor running the game.
Did you say malevolent benefactor?
No. That is the person that is running.
Malevolent, you got it.
I knew I was going too easy on you guys.
Oh yeah. Yep, I was right. You guys, I knew you guys were gonna get bored. I'm gonna turn this up to 11.
Oh, thank God he's decreasing the difficulty down to 11 again.
Easy week.
All right. So, how do we want to do this? Let's say Nico and Boomer. We'll say you've made it to the university without incident.
Hooray!
Thank you.
It is an easy week.
Yeah.
How many points of luck did I need to use to do that?
As you are entering the university grounds, you see that there's a statue being constructed in one of the courtyards. That there's a sculptor working on it for free. Of course, it's a chance for him to showcase his work. So of course, it's a great opportunity. He has to pay to rent the space that the statue is on to showcase his work.
The person being an influencer, giving him the good exposure of the time.
The person who's actually creating the statue is renting the space from an influencer who is charging the artist to display the work and also talk about it. It's a real bargain for the artist. It's really something. It's great for them to just to get their work seen and to get out there.
Obviously, the artist pays for all the materials and tools as well, right? I mean, that's...
Oh yeah, well no, I mean of course that's fair, right? He's the one using it.
That's not fair.
It seems fair. I mean,
Nope.
Uma takes exception to this.
Everyone.
Well,
I mean, the influencer took a vote. The influencer took a vote amongst their followers, and they all voted that it was fair.
Oh God.
So it seems right. Seems right.
Can you tell who is the statue of? Do we know?
Oh, so as you're walking past the statue, it's the individual looks kind of the individual is short, and they have a long flowing cape coming out behind them. The artist hasn't gotten to the head is still sort of formless. But you can tell that the legs look a little out of proportion by human standards. They're a little bit longer, and there's sort of this very ornate-looking mantle that's coming. That's at the top of the cloak, with the cloak, billowing out behind. But you can't really tell who the individual is yet.
Ah, yeah, yes. See, they're just throwing up statues of anyone these days. Oh, interesting. keep on walking. Maybe chuck a couple of coins at the poor downtrodden artist.
Yeah, the influencer scoops up the coins quickly and pockets nine of the 10 copper that you threw. Gives one to the artist. Well, she goes to hand it to the artist. The copper touches their hand, and then she takes it back, and she says, "Oh, we'll just take that off of what you owe me." But anyway, and you hear her asking the artist that, you know, once he's finished, can he paint a portrait of her standing next to the statue so that she can distribute that portrait around town so that everyone can see, you know, so that his work looks better because she's standing next to it.
Wow.
Again, you guys, this is all fantasy. I mean, artists would you know, they'd be lucky to have it so good. Anyway,
See Ryan just edging away across the sofa.
I feel like the temperature's going up over here. It's getting
Warming up here.
It's getting higher over here.
Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low.
Sweet. Where's Ryan? I don't know, man. Who are you talking about? I know that name.
Yeah, that sofa looks kind of stained and broken. Like what happened?
Where's Ryan? They're all dead.
Oh.
Greatest name I've ever heard before.
So you guys, you continue up the university, up the Palisade. You're passed by. There's a couple of, like, you can tell, some apprentice wizards that are walking by. Some of them have, you know, singed hair and robes and whatnot. One guy, his skin is glowing faintly, like it's like a faint orange glow to it as he's walking by, and you can hear him muttering to himself. You can also see that there's some scaffolding set up to one side, and it looks like there's some engineering project going on. You can't quite tell what it is. There's a lot of, you know, block and tackle set up and pulleys and things, but they have sheets that are around it to kind of obscure what they're doing.
Interesting.
You make your way up to one of the sort of the largest building, and you can see that there is a large like notice board written up there that has the staff members and locations and such. And you locate Rizwin's office, and there's a map below it. You see that it's like 3 buildings to the west, where her, like, the sort of the English department would be.
Yeah, so head over in that direction.
You head over there. On your way over there, there's a number of people that come up to you that, you know, they say, for one cause or another, you know, the treatment of kobolds in this area is terrible, and you know, we need to do something about the unfair treatment of kobolds in this area. And then, you know, somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody else comes up, and they're, you know, saying that the Dock Workers Association and the common people, and then, you know, there's a lot of talk about how the nobility need to be brought down, and, you know, that the Open Lord wields a heavy hand. And you notice, though, that no one talks about the Masked Lords. Like, no one says that the Masked Lords need to be taken down a peg or two. You see, there's one woman who, is holding up she's holding has a sign, like a sandwich board type sign, around her neck, and she is campaigning for elven rights, and nobody seems to be paying attention to her. In fact, a lot of people seem to be pointing and laughing at her openly.
Help herself.
You notice that she has what looks like poorly made prosthetic ears on that sort of go up into points. And she definitely looks a little odd. She's got her hair's like really long and super tangled, kind of ratty. She looks a little bit thin. It's a really good chance that she's not, all together.
Mm-hmm.
Is her name Rachel Dolezal?
What's up?
I said, was her name Rachel Dolezal?
No.
Girl that was white that pretended to be black for like, and then she got found out.
But she's the sandwich board. The sandwich board has a lot of things, basically saying that elves are mistreated and they've gotten haven't gotten a fair shake, and nobody seems to. Everyone's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, elves are some of the wealthiest people on the Sword Coast.
Boomer will listen. I mean, Boomer's not really. I mean, everyone seems like they're the things they're talking about are really important.
Yeah.
Boomer be like to Nico, like this is real bad.
When she sees you, when the sandwich boarded lady sees you, Boomer, she runs up to you and spits on your feet, and she goes, "Oppressor! This is all your fault. You're the ones you have robbed and stolen from the elf kind for years."
I didn't know.
And she tries to take the sack full of art from you, and she says, "I bet this was stolen from an elven stronghold. How dare you?" And she's trying to yank the sack away from you.
I mean, I'm not letting her, but
imagine you're just standing there. And
Yeah.
she's like,
just holding it, kind of going, "I don't know what to do here."
Boomer's like, I mean, I don't remember a lot of what I did in the past, so I'm sorry if I've been stealing from the elf people for years.
I think she must have.
How much do I owe you?
She must have got you confused for someone else, Boomer.
She says, "Oh, of course. What a dwarf-centric thing to say. What do I owe you? As if you could repay it in a simple monetary transaction. How do you repair?"
Are you trying to take the art? Like,
No, Boomer. I think what she's
I'm trying to
asking.
recover the culture.
I think what she's asking
culture
for
of
is for
my
you to
people.
show. She wants you to show her that you respect her strength. She wants you, to.
Oh, I apologize. Yes, elves are worthy of their strength being respected too. Yeah.
I was expecting you to show her the same respect you showed the blacksmith, but.
So you headbutt her. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me. Please crit this.
He explodes. Let's see.
Oh.
9 plus So 19.
Oh no, wait, 9 plus 9. Sorry.
9 plus 9, 18. Yeah, so 18 definitely hits this woman who's armed only with a sandwich board and her conviction. Yeah, so you rear back, sort of the full extent, and drive your head forward, backed up by your thick neck and desire to show her that you respect the elven strength. Go ahead and roll damage for me. Go ahead and roll a d6 plus your strength.
Oh, okay.
That's a strong head.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a 6.
Yeah. That's max.
Plus your strength.
Plus 5. So she takes.
Yeah, 11. So yeah, you smash your skull into this lady's face. You decleat her, so she just goes flying backwards. All that's left is these 2 little fake ear tips in the space where her head was. As you smash your noggin into her face and just blast her backwards.
Good job, Boomer. I think she
goes flying back. The ear tips like hang in space for a little bit and then fall down.
now she knows you respect her.
She goes rolling back in a clatter of sandwich board and indignation. She's clearly unconscious. There's blood pouring freely from her face as her nose is all smashed. You might have broken an orbital socket. There's a smattering of applause from some of the students around you. You also get people going, oh, did you see the violence? Oh, I've heard about him. There's a blacksmith in town that was talking about a dwarf that settled. This must be the dwarven, the hill tribe. I've heard about this. This is what they do. Yes. Did you see the statue being erected in memoriam on the south lawn of the brave Grung who fought off this? And there's a lot of muttering going on.
So
I'll
I'll stand there and sort of say, Boomer, excellent. Anyone else feeling disrespected?
Nobody steps up. You see a lot of people looking around, but of course nobody's eager to step forward here. But there is one guy who looks at this group of women standing there sort of looking on, and you see him kind of get the look in his eye, and he goes, I, of course, stand up for women's rights. I don't condone any violence against women, all the time giving the side eye towards this group of women and just going, of course, I will stand up for women's rights. How dare you, sir? Even if you don't agree with what she said, violence against women is never the answer. The whole time, side eye. He never actually steps towards Boomer. There's a lot of talk, and you see him trying to like gather the crowd up. There's a lot of people that are muttering, and some people have gone off, presumably to go and inform someone in authority, but nobody is backing this dude up in the face of a guy with a massive skull axe over his shoulder who
I'm just going to minor illusion it to make it look like he's wet himself.
Go ahead and take a point of inspiration for that. And so, this guy is standing there, and while he's trying to like giving the side eye to this group of co-eds and trying to like get the crowd behind him, suddenly this dark stain appears on the front of his trousers, running down his leg. And everyone kind of starts like pointing and laughing, but of course he can't feel it, so he doesn't know what everyone's pointing and laughing at until he there's sort of a critical mass of people as he's trying to like pontificate that he looks down. He finally, as he's giving the side eye to that group, the group of women, he notices them pointing and laughing at his crotch. And he finally looks down and he just goes, no, that's not me.
Son, it happens to the best of us. Caught short at the worst inopportune moment. Oh, a tragedy. Anyway, be seeing you. And we'll head off towards the office.
You don't show him your matching stain, Nico?
What was that? Sorry?
You don't show him your matching stain? We're brothers!
Please.
It's all stain. You can't tell anymore.
The pants Nico's wearing used to be made of like a really tan leather. Now they're just really dark. It's just all stain. So you carry on towards the liberal arts building, leaving behind this group of people sort of whispering and pointing, and there's some fist shaking, but no one's really willing to step up. You also notice that no one actually helps the woman who Boomer nearly decapitated with his headbutt. Nobody actually, there's a lot of people saying, you shouldn't have done that, and how dare you, but no one actually.
Terrible. Oh, well.
Yeah, but no one actually helps this poor woman who's just laying in a puddle of her own vital fluids.
Oh. Boomer feels bad. Boomer's going to help her.
Are you? How are you going to help her?
CPR.
No. Oh yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
All right.
Don't you have a healing potion?
Oh.
16.
Oh, 16. So
the learned Professor Boomer.
Boomer. So Boomer leans down and you're kind of like, ooh. It'd been really funny if you'd have rolled low. You would have put a tourniquet on to stop the bleeding in her nose. Yeah, you're like, we tighten that. There we go. That stopped the flow. But you rolled a 16. So you roll her over onto her side so the blood can pour not down into her airway, but out onto the ground. You pick up her teeth. The ones that you can find, and you assemble them near her. You're like, you open up her hand and put her teeth in her hand. You're like, there we go.
A gentleman and a scholar.
You're going to want to keep those.
You mop the blood up off her face, but of course just kind of continues to pour out of her nose, and you're like, okay. You rip off a bit of your kilt. So you tear a strip off your kilt, but you kind of, you give it a little bit of a shake, and some of the crusted blood and filth and shit and stuff comes off of it, and you're like, there we go. And
this is actually a new kilt because Gaston gave me a new kilt in my clan colors.
Oh, nice.
Too long ago, so it shouldn't be that crummy.
Are you telling me that this thing is not covered in blood and shit?
I mean, maybe not there's the OG kilt, which is it stands by itself.
Right, that kilt goes to battle on its own.
Yeah.
And then there's this kilt which I've had maybe a week.
Oh, yeah, so it's still pretty shit covered.
We did fight the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
The shit swamp.
So you were swallowed by a whale, vomited back up.
Yeah.
You were also bitten by said whale and chewed on.
And,
you were big, and then you shrank and you shit. You fought a bunch of guards. You landed on one of them.
I guess my point is that this kilt won't have the plague.
Yes.
Yeah. Give it a few more weeks.
This kilt is still establishing its own biome. It hasn't you know, it hasn't found a dominant species yet, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you take this, you know, you take a strip of this kilt that, you know, has a bunch of like blood and shit on it. And you're like, here we go. And you kind of stuff it in her face hole a little bit. And you're like, there we go. That'll stop that'll fix it. And it does indeed stop it staunches the bleeding. There's still, you know, a little bit trickling out, but the bit of kilt that you stuffed in there seems to have done the trick. And she's breathing okay, you know, not great, but then again, her nose is broken and all swole up, and you know, obviously both eyes are already black because you shattered one of her orbital sockets.
All right.
Oh, and you take the little ears, the little fake ears, and you stick them back on the tops of her ears. You're like, oh, I never actually
such a good guy.
knocked a section of ear off.
So,
Such a good
You're
guy.
good.
Right, anyway, Boomer, come on. We've got work to do.
I did a good thing, right?
You did a great thing. You're an inspiration to everyone here.
Boomer, go ahead and give me a charisma check.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe they'll make another statue of Boomer helping a woman.
Yeah. So everyone can tell that you're helping her. No one accuses you of robbing her or anything else. So you know, they look, and you know, some people go, look, he's
charisma.
He's making
it.
He's making amends. He's, you know, and then but there's still some people going, wow, you know, he's the only reason he's doing that is because people are watching. If we weren't here, you know, he probably would have eaten her. You know how they are. You know, to which, you know, Boomer hears that and says, I've eaten a werewolf. And, you know, which doesn't change anyone's opinion. All right, so you guys, you make it.
The next day.
What's up?
Said it was real interesting the next day.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were a shit-a-hole werewolf. So you guys, you make your way up the steps of the liberal arts building. Boomer, one of his feet. Boomer, are you barefoot or do you wear boots?
I have the boots of jumping and striking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I imagine though, like when you went to put the boots on, they were too narrow for your feet. So like you shoved them in there and they like kind of became the sandals of jumping and striding. Like your toes are kind of hanging out the end like all Fred Flintstone style.
I can see that.
Just like you put your toes just came out the end. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a good fit. Yeah. Anyway, one of your boot sandals, you stepped in that poor lady's blood, and you're leaving a trail of bloody footprints going up the steps to this building, and you know, getting steadily fainter as you go up. And so you guys, you make it inside. You get inside the building, and you have the Professor Rizwin's office number. You head down the hall towards her office. As you pass, you know, you see your traditional liberal arts types. Most of them are happy. And that's nice.
They're complaining about something.
All of them are like, you know, pretty good looking. All of them seem to have, you know, good social skills. They look like they see the sun regularly. You know.
Was like one of them complaining about having like a really, really heavy week where they had like, you know, 3 lectures
Well, they had to come.
like,
They
week.
had to give a lecture
yeah.
on the Friday afternoon,
Yeah. Oh man.
and yeah,
So hard.
It's terrible. That you
Yeah.
know.
They're going to go and talk to the student union rep right away after afterwards.
Hey, my degree is in liberal arts. I resemble that comment. Wait, present. No, I don't know.
No, damn it.
Yeah, words are tricky, man. Words are tricky. So you guys, you come to her office. It's kind of a typical faculty office. There's books and scrolls sort of tucked and stacked everywhere. And she has, clearly she's working, there's a project that she's working on. She's got bits of paper that are stuck to the wall. And she has what looks like sketches that are done of, there's faces and what looks like some event. You can't really tell from just, looking at the door. But she's, leaned over and she's scribbling furiously and muttering to herself. She has long black hair that she's tied up. And she is wearing sort of these like scholarly looking robes.
How old is she?
You would estimate she's probably in her late 30s, early 40s.
Human?
Not entirely. You can tell that her skin is much paler than what humans normally have. Like it's like a really, really, really pale color.
So you're saying she's Irish?
Yeah, she's not human. That was the comment I. You can tell she's half potato.
Good job.
We're offending everyone.
Get both sides of me.
Okay, I'll say Boomer. Maybe
Any group is watching this video and wants to be insulted, please email Ed.
Yeah, that's right. We don't want to miss anyone out. Right? Yeah, we're an we're an equal opportunity slanderer. I'll say Boomer. Maybe you wait out here. Soak in the ambience while I talk to the professor here.
But I could be quiet.
Well, it's just I don't want.
Are you embarrassed of me?
No, I just don't want you to terrify the poor lady when she looks up and sees a mountain king in her cramped office.
She might not be scared.
She might not.
At this point, she turns and looks at you two, and she goes, "I can hear what you're saying."
Ah, Professor Rizwin, is it?
Yes.
Delighted to make your acquaintance. I have a proposition for you if you're in look for
I don't have to wait outside.
No, you're good, Boomer. You're good. Have a proposition for you if you're looking for a scholarly project of significant magnitude.
She stops her work and turns and faces you for the first time, like fully looks at you.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you the once over, kind of top to bottom. Are you illusory?
I am illusory, yeah. I'm disguised self.
So she gives you a once over. She kind of looks past you over at Boomer. Kind of looks over your not over your shoulder, but kind of around you towards Boomer.
Mm.
And she says, "Does this scholarly work come with funding?"
Oh, of course. I mean, I imagine looking around, I'm sort of looking around her office. I imagine it's just like crammed full of like, absolutely jammed full of like reference stuff everywhere. And
Oh yeah. It's books like all over the ceiling. Like there's tottering piles of these things. All the shelves are crammed full.
Yeah.
Things in between things. I mean, it looks. It's one of those things where and if you asked her to find something, she could reach over her shoulder and pull it. But if you tried to find it yourself, you'd likely kill yourself.
She has a system. Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, to be honest, I'd heard of your brilliance, and I see it's true that the university here isn't providing you with adequate resources to do your work. Of course, I would be happy to make sure that you had whatever resources you required to function as you deserve.
Uh-huh. And what exactly is this scholarly project that you have in mind?
Well, first, let me ask you, do you have any interest in the noble houses and lineage, heraldry, these kinds of subjects?
I've done some work in that area. Some of the noble houses are, well, let's say their history is a little biased, depending on the author who wrote it. I'm mostly interested in the truth, but seen through a certain scope, I guess.
Well, of course. I mean, every artist leaves their imprint on their work, do they not? Now, what I am seeking is to re-establish an ancient and near forgotten house. My house has been pressed into obscurity through betrayals and the like over the years. I seek to restore its greatness, but of course, I can only do this with the sufficient weight of history behind me, and I'm looking for someone to capture the great deeds of my house as it surges into its renaissance.
Uh-huh. Are you asking me to do actual research into your lineage and house?
Well,
Or are you looking for a more embellished?
Well, you understand that greatness of any of the current houses is only achieved through a generous interpretation of the actual events.
Uh-huh. I see.
But now the question is, how well resourced do you think you would need to be to pull off something that was sufficiently grand in scope to achieve this goal I have in mind? I mean, I'm assuming you would at least want your own library, perhaps, and perhaps some more research assistants to help you in your work, and take on the existing projects you have, perhaps.
Well, I wouldn't want my work to lapse, and could use some funding. She's kind of looking around and looking at you, and she says, I think we have an understanding of each other.
Is she a half elf?
You don't think she's a half elf, but when she looks up at you and looks you in the eye, you see that her eyes have a golden cast to them. That's you don't think is elvish, but her eyes they're like this golden color, and they're almost looks like they're glowing slightly. She looks at you, says, "Yes. Well, I think this would be an ongoing project, don't you think?"
Well, of course. I mean, as I say, this house is. You would join this project at an auspicious time, capturing the events as they unfold, as it were.
Mm-hmm. I see.
All this is going on, Boomer's kind of making himself look a little bigger.
It's kind of, yeah. She says, well, I think for something of this magnitude, I would obviously need 4 assistants. I would need access to a research library. I would need access to some of the city records. I think to start with, we would probably say 200 gold with an ongoing stipend of, she gives you another careful look, and she kind of looks over at Boomer, looks at the sack he's carrying. And she says, with a weekly stipend of 60 gold.
I think this is most reasonable. I would of course, upon successful completion, I would think that we could come up with some additional rewards to make sure that your work reaches the widest possible audience. But I think we have an agreement.
Excellent. I have to, says, I need a few details. The name of your house. This most noble house.
So I'll is there a seat? Is there like a free seat in her office somewhere?
Oh yeah. It's like, so there's her chair, which is reasonably comfortable, and then there's like this stool that's sitting there where clearly like that's where students sit while in office hours.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of scrape whatever papers on there off onto the floor and kind of plonk myself down and put my boots up on her desk, and then I'll start waxing lyrical about the great House Koska's fabulous lineage reaching back decades before they were cruel, before fate and treachery cruelly snatched their fortune away.
Right. I'm guessing none of this is true.
No,
right. So yeah, she sits and listens, and she nods with it. She has a small smile on her face, and she goes, "Hmm." She says, "Now, are there any areas of the city which House Koska would want to avoid shining any light upon?"
I have no idea what you mean. House Koska is House Koska wishes well of all people.
Of course, but of course there's going to be those malcontents in the city who would be jealous of House Koska rising. Is there any area of the city, any faction that you could think of that maybe wouldn't want to see House Koska's star shine as brightly as it might?
Well, in your research, you may wish to avoid questioning certain mercenaries too closely, in case some people get a little irate. They buy into the false narrative around House Koska a little too enthusiastically. You may find them hostile.
I see. What story might they try to fabricate so that we may find evidence to refute such an evil claim, a slanderous notion?
Well, you see, restoring my house has been a project of mine as long as I can remember, and I was the noble champion leading an honest band of mercenaries protecting the city. And you know how it is. Obviously, as you say, people get jealous, and those ambitious members beneath me decided to frame me for defrauding them of their honest gains. And yes, I was run out of the city. Would you believe? Barely escaped with my life.
Oh, you're saying this as she's holding the sack of 200 gold that you've given her.
Yeah.
And she goes, I could hardly believe that anyone would spread such rumors and lies, but this is the society we live in.
Indeed, and I'll just sort of place another pile of 50 gold on the desk in front of her and say, I can't believe it, and I don't think anyone else could either, could they?
She looks at the gold and she looks at you and she goes, when I'm done, no one would ever believe that.
Excellent. I'm just trying to see if I have any. Oh, I do have some. I do have some fine 30-year-old whiskey from the Zentarum left, so I'll propose a toast. Say, please join me in sealing our contract with a toast.
Of course, thank you. And she reaches into her desk and pulls out 2 glasses, and then she glances at you and sort of glances at Boomer, you know, with sort of a raised eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then she doesn't pull out a 3rd glass.
So we have a raised hand from Ryan.
That was supposed to be Boomer raising his hand.
Oh. Yeah, so I'll take the bottle. I'll pour 2 glasses, and then offer one to Boomer, and then I'll just swig from the bottle.
And she lifts her glass and she says, "To the noble and historic lineage of House Koska."
Indeed.
Yeah.
Did she write a note down on a pad to go to the temple and get a remove disease?
Well, I believe we have occupied enough of your time. Now you clearly have issues to be dealing with. Now, while I'm out of the city, you may pass your correspondence on to what's the Zentarum business in the city called? The sort of front business.
Waterdeep. Trade something.
Mercantile, wasn't it?
Waterdeep Mercantile.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. So my correspondence is being handled through Waterdeep Mercantile Limited while I'm out of the city. If you have any questions, you may direct them there.
She, kind of gives you a very kind of gives you another appraising look, and she goes, Of course. Anything I come up with, I shall leave with them.
Yes, be sure to mark it for my eyes only. Oh, and perhaps ask for Dabble's Star Song in person. Ask him to look after it for me.
She writes the name down. Dabble Star Song. Of course.
Excellent. Well, good luck with your recruiting your fine new research associates. I look forward to seeing your handiwork upon our return. Boomer,
of course.
We have business.
Dude, she's got glowy golden eyes.
Yep.
As beautiful as the morning sun, I think. Come on, let's go sell some art.
Do I get any weird vibes off of her or anything? Can I do an insight or an arcana or I don't know.
You can give me an intelligence check.
Oh, great. Bread and butter.
Yeah, Professor Boomer, come on.
Hey, you're rolling hot. Whoa, there you go.
Yeah.
She's a gold dragon, man. She's a gold dragon.
She's a gold dragon.
Yeah, I don't know. The hell was that?
Yeah, something just exploded here. Isn't it?
No. Yeah, lady got weird gold eyes. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I think yeah, whatever exploded outside was loud enough that both me and Ed could hear it. So
Yeah.
it's quite impressive.
Oh, that's always a good sign.
Probably fine.
Yeah,
Probably
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day weekend. Anticipate
yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah, people blowing stuff up for funsies.
Yeah, man. So she's got a lady with weird gold eyes. What are you gonna do? You know, people got eyes.
People got
Yeah,
eyes.
all right, I'll leave.
All right, so you guys head out of the building. So you guys have probably been in there for, you were in there for maybe 30, 40 minutes talking to this lady, having a drink with her and everything.
Yep.
You head out as you're heading out of the building down the steps. You notice that there's a candlelight vigil that has been set up. People have gathered around, and all of the bloody footprints are marked out on the steps. You also notice that the lady is still laying where she fell. No one has helped her up, or other than Boomer. But everyone now has these candles. They're holding these candles up outside the steps. There is a soft singing that is going on. And when you walk out,
actually, I'll see this when we get to the top of the steps. I'd see this. I'd just kind of like stop Boomer and say, I think we should take in an alternative route out and soak up some of the sights of the university. How about this way, Boomer? Perhaps we'll find some dwarven art. Who knows? Let's go and look.
you mean
that
rocks?
would be a tree.
Perhaps there'll be some, attractive bear skins or something. Who knows? Yeah. Let's go that way.
So you guys, you head the opposite direction. You manage to find another exit to the building on the opposite side. There are no students gathered here, but you can still hear the faint singing coming from the opposite side of the building. And now there is someone who is shouting to the crowd, and there's a little call and response going, but you can't quite make out the words. But every now and again, you catch the word dwarven, the word abuser, and the word violence.
What's Skippy do?
They're bad.
Oh, I think they're just so happy that you showed someone showed some respect to that elven campaigner.
You guys managed to make your way. You guys managed to make your way off campus, but as you're leaving the campus, you start seeing there's posters that have been put up.
They got posters now.
Large sections of parchment that have been hung up. That have you see painted across them. It says stop dwarven violence against elves. This campus plagued by dwarven bigotry. There's a lot of stuff, and you can hear as you're going out.
Is this written in common?
What's up?
Is it written in common?
Yeah, it's written in common.
I can't read it.
Right. Nico, you notice this. You also hear the students muttering about how you can hear people saying, yeah, no, did you hear about that dwarven brute that savaged that elf over in the North Quad? No, I heard that she was simply trying to assert her elven culture, and this dwarven barbarian absolutely savaged her. I heard she's dead.
Ooh.
And you keep hearing reports, you keep hearing, as you're going out, the story seems to be running ahead of you and getting worse as you're going out. And you start noticing people as as Boomer's passing by with the massive mohawk and the big skull axe. People are starting to kind of look, and you're starting to get kind of points going. Isn't that I haven't seen what dwarf is that the?
So yeah, I'll sort of catch, if I catch one of them sort of muttering, I'll look super indignant and say, "Hey, what? You seen one dwarf? You've seen them all? Is that it? All dwarves are the same? You hear about one?
Whoa.
You hear a rumor about a dwarf being violent, and suddenly all dwarves are violent? Is that what we're doing now?"
And they're like, "Well, no, of course not. No, I mean,
No?
I'm just
sounded a little bit,
Well, and then one of the women in the group goes, "Well, is that the dwarf that attacked the elf?"
No, and I'm not lying because she wasn't an elf. So.
Right, and you're like, "No, we've never attacked an elf."
Dwarf that attacked an elf.
Yeah, apparently, Boomer. So some elf got attacked, and now all dwarves are bad. Honestly, I'll sort of look at them and just say, you people disgust me with your prejudice, and I'll walk away.
And then a gnome in the crowd goes, "What do you mean, you people?
You bigots. That's what I mean."
Did you say you biggins? Oh, this is
You
exactly
biggins.
the sort of heightest attitude that I would expect. From someone of your stature. You've always looked down on our kind, and everyone goes, "Yeah, you've always looked down on his kind."
Yes. Yes. Well, this has been most distressing. I was hoping for much better from the youth of today. I see even in these better off areas of the city, there's still much work to be done, eh? Well, can't be helped. Let's keep moving. Honestly, all dwarves, disgusting.
Honestly, you hear the gnomes say, "Ah, yeah, go ahead and walk away from the truth of your horrible heightest attitude." Everyone's like, "It's all right." And there's a lot of people congratulating their courage.
Walk
and their
away with your
heroism.
height privilege.
Yeah, that's
Your
right.
height privilege.
I'll walk away with my head held high. Yeah.
Well, Nico, all you gotta say is kind of privilege, and then you get your turn to speak.
Don't worry, I know someone who values your soul highly.
I'm only interested on what's in the inside.
That's right.
Now let's see if we can get it out.
Felix, we're taking a field trip.
Got some people who seem to think that they're not as valuable as others. Yeah.
You speak to him in
so
gnomish.
you guys make your way off. You guys,
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, it's fine. I was just happy that I ran into a gnome, and I speak gnomish.
Oh.
Fair.
You're just happy to be abused by someone whose language you speak.
Yeah, I was just I probably said something like hello in gnomish,
Right. The
Hi.
gnome immediately accuses you of appropriating his gnomish culture, and how dare you? How dare you have no right. And it's all very
Yeah.
It's a judgment-free judgment zone.
bathroom.
Where is the beach?
Where is the bathroom?
Where is the bar? 2 beers, please.
You're like a freshman who's just taken his 3rd Spanish class.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Don't
I am
forget
speak
to stop La
Spanish.
Biblioteca.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
El baile in El Baño. So, so you guys make your way off campus and head back towards the art district.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name that you're going to find?
Mr. Malchus.
Mr. Malchus, that's right.
Filkin
Mr.
and
Malchus.
Sons.
So you make your way to the auction house, and there's a crowd of people standing around outside. And there's a notice on the board, there's a notice on a notice board next to the door, and it says, auction today, and then there's a list of items that will be going up for auction.
Mm-hmm.
There's a crowd of people around that are studying the boards and making notes, and you could tell most of the people that are there you don't think actually have the money themselves, but are likely representing someone.
Right. Say, excuse me, do you know where we can find a Mr. Malchus?
There's a guy looks up from his writing, and he kind of gives you the once over, and he goes, new around here. Yeah, inside. He's inside.
Much obliged. Oh yeah, I'll toss him a silver coin on the way past.
Yeah, he snags it out of the air, kind of gives you a little bit of a dirty look, but then pockets the silver.
Yeah. Excellent. Walk inside. Look around as if I'm appraising the various things on, up for auction, but actually, I don't have any clue about how much any of this stuff is worth unless it's got like gems that I could prize out of it and probably break down.
Yeah, you walk inside, and it's half gallery, half warehouse. Like there's things on display, but you can also see like there's a lot of crates and things stacked in the back. And there's several functionaries that are moving through the various crates and things, taking careful notes, writing in ledgers. And there's not elderly, but an older man that is very well dressed and clearly in charge, that is giving orders to the people moving around, but he's not shouting. In fact, he's speaking very, very softly, but his voice, although he's speaking softly, carries very clearly through the cavernous space of this warehouse.
So yeah, I'll stride up to him as regally as possible and bow deeply, introduce myself.
He says, yes. How can I help you?
Would you be Mr. Malchus by any chance?
The one and only. And he gives a little. He takes his hat off, which his hat is very avant-garde, like clearly very cutting edge of fashion. He takes it off and sort of gives you a little bow, and you can tell now that you're up close. The cut of his clothes is very, very fashion forward. Clearly, this is someone who deals in the art world and knows that his appearance matters quite a bit.
Right. Say, well, we have a few objects which I believe would be well suited to your auction today. If you could find a way to slip them in, that would be excellent.
He says, well, there might be a few open spots. May I appraise the pieces, please?
Of course, Boomer. What work?
You don't want to show them up close?
Show him the art.
Show him you respect the art.
So you set the bag of art down, And he looks at you and says, "May I?"
Of course, please.
And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out these like pristine white gloves out of his pocket, and he peels back the canvas sack, and he begins picking up the different pieces of statuary. Do you have the jewelry and stuff in there too?
Anything we didn't give to Daggle?
Daggle, yeah, Daggle just took the one thing that had the other houses pressed on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he begins looking through it, and he says, "Oh, some of these are quite old and quite valuable. Yes, very prestigious. I do think, yes, these will fit into today's auction quite nicely."
Do you think there's a good market for objects of this quality?
Of course. Those that come to Malchus and Sons expect the best and expect rare finds, and these. And he gives you a sort of a sidelong knowing look, and he says, "I would imagine that some of these haven't seen the light of day in quite some time."
Indeed. You might say they were lost treasures, no less.
Mhm. Yes. Some may have thought these dead and gone, but I see you have resurrected them once more.
Indeed. Who knows? Perhaps a wandering eye in the crowd may find something they find particularly appealing. Who could say?
One can never tell before the auction is over, of course. Well, I will tell you, I take 20%, a 20% fee off of the bid. Then you will have
the 20% ensures discretion for the seller, of course.
Oh, absolutely, sir. This is Malchus and Sons.
Excellent.
The only face the public sees is my own, and I assure you the paperwork is quite secure. I leave the taxes on the sale of such items up to you, as the paperwork is not given over to the city officials. I pay my own taxes, of course, but you will have to handle your own and settle up with the city yourself.
Oh, of course.
Very good. He raises a hand and snaps his fingers, and one of the functionaries comes over, and he says, "Please catalog each of these items carefully for," you say, Duke Casca?
That's correct. Yes.
Catalog each of these for Duke Casca. Write a receipt for him, and do so quickly and quietly. And the functionary bows, gives a small bow, and begins to carefully record each of the items, giving them a description. At the end, he hands over the page to you, and you can see he's written a description of each item.
Yep.
And there's also a estimated value on each. And you see the estimate for the estimate that what he's estimating that you'll get for the total is it looks like it's 2,000 gold for the whole bit.
Nice.
Is what he's estimating. He says, of course, this is an estimate given the current market and trends in the art world, but one never knows until after the auction. But of course, as I have a stake in this, we will do our best to get the very best price we can.
Of course. I have complete confidence in your abilities.
He bows to you. He says, "You are too kind, Duke Casca."
Your reputation precedes you, Mr. Malchus.
He gives a little nod, and he says, "We will take your items into safekeeping until the auction. Where can I send the proceeds?"
Yes, mark them for the attention of Dabble's Star Song at the Mercantile Company.
And he says, of course, we deal quite a lot with Waterdeep and Mercantile Limited.
I imagine you do. And I'll give him like a little wink. And yeah. Well, pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Malchus. I look forward to perhaps seeing more of you in future.
Always a pleasure to do business, sir. Always a pleasure.
I'll give him a suitably dukely bow and flourish of the hat, and then say, "Well, Boomer, I think we've earned a few refreshments, wouldn't you say?"
Yeah.
So we'll head off to like the tavern.
Okay. All right. So everybody else is back on the boat. So yeah, eventually you guys you head grab yourself a drink and you head back to the boat. Everybody is once again gathered on the decks of Tanith. When Nico and Boomer get back, they see that Skippy and Felix. Gaston, are you back on the boat?
I was gonna do a little bit of shopping and take the lady at the shop out for lunch.
Okay. All right, so you're on the town doing a little bit of shopping. Stop by Ye Olde Sex Shop and take the Mistress of Dildos out.
Absolutely.
Sure. So you arrive when you walk in the shop. She looks over at you and she goes, "You."
Lift up my basket of goodies and ask, "Hey, you want to go for a picnic?"
She says, "Well, you don't give up easy, do you?" "Absolutely. Hold on a minute. Let me put the sign out." And so she puts a sign, say, be back in an hour. And she locks up, closes up, and allows you to take her arm, takes her arm, even though you're sort of floating next to her on the book.
Well, otherwise I look like she's walking a child.
Right, and so she takes your arm and then and follows you. Where are you taking her for the picnic?
To a nearby park or Lover's Maze or something like that.
Yeah, there's a park. There's a park that's located near the bazaar. It's sometimes used for fairs or different festivals, but at the moment it's empty and it's just the green fields. Just a sort of a green field.
Yep. Go ahead, have a seat, give her some various delicacies, fruits and chocolates, that sort of thing, some nice wine, and talk shop for about an hour, and then for 40 minutes, and then walk her back to her shop.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, she go ahead and give me a charisma check with advantage.
Ooh. All right, advantage. Come on. Which one's advantage?
So rare that we get the
There it is. Oh, thank God I have advantage.
14, yeah. So she has a really nice time. Nothing super spectacular, but definitely has a nice time, and she thanks you. She thanks you and gives you a small kiss on the cheek. And she says, she tells you to stop by if you're ever in the area, stop by the town. Stop by the shop. She'd be happy to talk shop with you again. She had a great time.
It would be my pleasure and my honor. Hop back on my book and float out and head off to the temple and see if they can find me a couple magic items.
Okay.
I'm looking specifically for potions of water breathing.
Yep.
A decanter of endless water, or a helm of underwater breathing, or an alchemy jug.
Yep. So so you talk to the lady at the temple who is in charge of magical artifacts and items. You give her the list, and she says, some of these I don't know about. I'll have to look.
Are potions that rare on this plane?
What's up?
Are potions that rare on this plane?
No, not the potions, but the items.
Ah.
The magic items. The potions, the potions. She says, an alchemist. An alchemist with sufficient skill should be able to make potions of water breathing.
If they've got a recommendation, as I am not local, that would be very appreciative.
She gives you directions to the local local alchemist, sort of the trade district of town.
Well, if they can keep an eye out for the other objects in their spare time, if they hear anything, I'd appreciate getting my hands on. Well, if I'm getting the potions, I don't need the helm, but either the decanter or the alchemy jug. I'd prefer the alchemy jug because it has mayonnaise.
Not at all weird.
Then I'll go and float on down to the alchemists.
Yep.
Ask around, find a shop that has a decent reputation, and ask if they've either got some on hand or are willing to make some for me. Potions of water breathing, that is.
Yep. There we go. There we go. Okay. The guy looks. You walk into the alchemy shop. There's, it smells. It's like a hot. Smells like a hot. Like, have you ever been at that store? It's called like Body Works or something like that in the mall.
Yeah.
It's like that, but hot.
That's
So
okay.
it's a bunch of like weird smells, and it's kind of hot in there. There's things sort of bubbling away and whatnot. When you walk in, there's a man and a woman in the shop. He's at the desk. She's bent over a cauldron. And you notice that both of them have streaks in their hair that are like rainbow colored.
What happens when you partake of your own product, I guess.
When you walk in, and the guy looks up and he says, may I help you?
I certainly hope so. I was looking to procure some potions of water breathing.
Potions of water breathing. Oh, maybe going to do a little treasure hunting, a little exploration underwater.
But that it's entirely an option, but I'd like to make sure I have that as an option.
Maybe you have bodies to dispose of? Something you need hidden?
Well, no,
You
I
can
was
tell
actually
me.
hoping to have sex underwater, but I get that's but you're are you okay?
Oh, I see.
Oh, speaking of which, do you have a lubricant that works underwater?
Well, of course, we have many different kinds of lubricant. Some that are water soluble, some that aren't. Is dear, and the lady looks up from the cauldron. When she looks up, you see that she's missing her left eye,
Hmm.
and there's a burn scar that goes across her face over the eye.
No
She looks
judgment.
up. She looks up. She says, "Yes, dear. This young fellow here is looking for a lubricant.
That
Water
works underwater?
works underwater, not water soluble. You said works underwater.
Yes.
Yes, he's looking for some sort of aquatic orgy. It sounds like.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Ah, and she
Freaks with the fishes.
looks at you. She says, "Oh, of course," and she heads over to the shelf and she starts, going through the different things. And
Although
you can
I'm
see.
willing to purchase a couple of your varieties of non-irritating water-soluble lubricants as well.
Oh, of course. And you can see as she's going over the potions, she's not really looking at the bottles, but you can see that she's feeling each of the bottles. She runs her thumb over the label, and each of the labels, it's written on there, but each of them also has a wax seal, and the wax has there's a different shape on each of the bottles. And she reaches up and runs her thumb over each of the seals, and she goes, "Oh, cool, yeah." And she's kind of muttering to herself as she pulls down a couple of different bottles, and she sets the bottles, different bottles in front of you, and she says, "These two," and she points at two of the bottles. "These two will work in the water, but I must warn you, it is very difficult to wash them off. Of course, that's sort of the point. But they're going to stay with you for quite a while."
What is the solvent for these? Because everything that is a solution has a solvent.
Oh, of course. Well, these two, we do sell a solvent for them for an additional fee. You can use very strong alcohol, but I must warn you, it will burn, especially if you've been vigorous in your activities.
How about your solvent? Will it burn too?
No, of course not. It actually will aid in any irritation that you have incurred. It should soothe those burns and repair the skin.
Oh, I'll take 6.
Very, very good. Such a fantastic young man. And she goes back to the shelf and runs her thumb over some of the bottles and grabs 6 of those and brings them down for you.
How about the potions of water breathing, which is kind of, the rest of these are handy, but the potions of water breathing is kind of the whole point of this.
I see. You're looking to be down there a while, are you, young man?
Yes. What's the point of? I mean, I'm not Duke Nico Costco with a 2-minute breath. I mean, I gotta last longer than that.
Of course. Many of the royalty rely on status rather than stamina.
2 minutes in heaven is better than 3
Let me
minutes
see.
not heaven.
Potions of water breathing. Potions of water breathing. And she's running her thumb over the different potions, and she goes, yes, I see. We only have 2.
I will happily purchase those.
There you go. These should last for an hour each. and she sets him down, and there's like this like jellyfish looking thing floating in this kind of cloudy green fluid. And then she goes back to the shelf and she pulls out this small bottle and she sets it down and she says, well, this is a bottle. This is a muscle relaxant. It should help with any cramps that you should incur in your tongue or jaw in your activities. This I'll throw in for free.
Excellent. Is that a risk due to the solvent or due to the lubricant?
No, dear boy, but if you're doing it right, this should be a problem for you.
Oh no, I'm a cleric. I can heal myself through that.
Does it work after playing tag?
Nothing's that strong.
She
There is a
she
limit to
looks
magic.
at you. She looks at you. She says, "Most of those spells have a verbal component, and if I'm judging right by what you're buying here, you're gonna need something to help you out there."
Excellent. So muscle relaxant.
Hmm.
All right. Thank you very much. You have satisfied my needs. I appreciate that.
Of course, tell your friends we're open most days. My husband will help you with the purchase.
Oh, do you have a potion that will allow someone to breathe fire?
To breathe fire?
Other than just a lot of hard alcohol and a torch.
I see. Yes, a moment. And she walks over to back over to her shelf, and she's running her thumb over the bottles, and she goes to another shelf. She says, "No, I don't have anything for that."
Sorry, Boomer.
But perhaps it's something I can work on. Fire breathing, you say?
Yes.
You want to spit fire?
Well,
All
not
right.
me, but a friend of mine.
Oh, of course. Your friend.
I'm admitting to wanting to do an underwater orgy. So, I have no shame.
I don't judge or question. If you say a friend wants to breathe fire, a friend
Yeah.
wants to breathe fire.
It needs to be able to be used by a dwarf, so not singeing his beard would be good.
Ooh. Yes.
Nice. Like,
But,
I have a question. No questions.
Shoot the other way.
Second beard.
Got my asbestos kilt on.
yeah, if you have the ability to make one of those, if you can make it and have it delivered to the Temple of Ogma, I'd really appreciate it.
I'll do what I can, dear boy. Such an interesting request, but of course the dwarves are very, very protective of their beards, aren't they?
Indeed. All right. So, what would I owe you for the potions, the lubricant, the solvent, the muscle relaxer, the fire breathing, and the delivery to the Temple of Ogma?
So at this point, the husband slides back over and he says, "Well, let's see here. What do we have?" And he quickly counts up all the potions. He says, "Yes. Oh, muscle relaxant. Oh, she's so thoughtful. Yes." And he says, "For the research into the fire breathing potion, you say, you understand that the work is not guaranteed, but is based on best effort, and we, of course, will give our best effort."
If you do not succeed, if you would be willing to send your notes of your efforts to the Temple of Ogma, I would count that as service fulfilled.
Of course. knowledge for the sake of knowledge must be stored. He says, yes, yes. And the 2 potions of water breathing. He says, yes. This will, and the research, and you want the notes, of course, proprietary. Yeah.
And the delivery.
And the delivery, of course. He says, all of this will be 500 gold, sir.
Okay, easy enough. Where would you like me to put the gold?
Here on the counter would be fine, thank you.
Do you have a box?
And he says, a moment, and he reaches into the under the counter, and he pulls out. He says, "I need this," and he pulls out this large sack that's sort of that's attached to a frame.
Work. I'll pile a bunch of gold on their counter and start counting the dragon horde into the bag for them.
Okay. Yeah, so you're just like, yeah, so you count it all out and place it into the bag. He says, "Thank you, sir, very much. We shall we send any word to the Temple of Ogma, or is there another place where we can reach you?"
Oh no, Temple of Ogma, they know how to get a hold of me if they need to.
Of course, of course. Thank you, sir, for your business. Do tell your friends.
Thank you. I'll be sure if they're interested in any lubricants or potions to send them your way. And then Gaston will happily float on back to the boat, picking up some street food on the way.
Okay.
Did we get everything that they needed to like upgrade Tanith? I feel like we put in some orders for a bunch of stuff, but I don't know. Did we find everything they needed?
Yeah, so you guys, you put in some orders for some armament. There's now mounted crossbows.
Yeah.
On Tanith.
Can Tanith fly now?
Did we get new sails or something as well?
Yeah, no, Tanith cannot fly. That requires a journey with Abigail to an island where she has heard there is a large spirit of elemental wind.
I wish it didn't.
Well, Abigail should join us, right?
I think she wasn't she?
Yeah, I thought so.
She's slotted to as soon as we're ready to leave.
Yeah, she's not spending any extra time with Felix at the moment. And so she told him to send word. Of course, they're now bonded, so he can use that sending spell to talk with her.
That's right.
At any point.
Close emotional bond between people who care about each other deeply.
Oh, so that actually worked?
Oh, yeah. No, it worked.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it totally worked. It turns out you are bonded with her a little closer than she'd probably like. But yeah, when Mephistopheles sort of went through you to her and touched her soul and marked it, it more or less sort of linked that soul to you. So that, right.
I think I'll send one of you guys to go get her.
You can use the sending spell. You talk right. You'll be right inside her head.
Yeah, I think I'll send some of the other people to go fetch her.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll send Boomer to go fetch her.
All right, so you guys are all back on the boat. When you guys get back, when Boomer, Nico, and Gaston get back to the boat, you come upon Skippy and Tanith having a not heated, but definitely an intense discussion with Felix. You kind of come in on the tail end. They kind of come in on the tail end of it, and you hear something. Yeah, you hear Skippy or you hear Tanith ask, "Well, why did you let him inside her?"
I didn't let him. It wasn't my goal.
If you're spending time with your special lady friend, I don't know why you'd invite anyone else to the party.
Oh.
Nico, Boomer, Gaston, we're back aboard. Oh,
Tanith, good to see you again.
there be some news from Felix. His date with Abigail.
Felix, you old dog. Well, cat, I guess.
It was cut much too short.
Oh, I think Gaston has some potions for that.
Don't be. It happens to the best of us.
No, this.
You're muted,
doesn't-
Gaston.
No,
the best of us.
I don't think he understand. Turns out she be the one with pussy troubles.
Oh, wait.
Wait, what?
What happened?
Did you turn her into a
Well-
cat?
Tell him, Felix. Tell him what she did.
So
Did you backdoor her with no permission? That's not okay.
He didn't backdoor her.
there was a metaphorical backdoor.
I don't.
Dude, there's no metaphor. You either do or you don't.
We were attempting a bonding ritual
Yeah.
experience.
I'll just be like fist bumping Boomer. Like, yeah.
And
Got her with the old bonding ritual.
so you guys know of my current predicament with current deals that have been made. That I promised
Are you a eunuch?
to collect. Huh?
Are you a eunuch? Is that what?
No, I'm not a eunuch. I made a deal with the devil, which no one say his name.
What's his name?
I'll tell you later.
I'll write it down in comments.
If we say his name, he is very likely to hear it and then be aware that we are looking to deceive him.
Well, every time someone says my name, I hear it. So it makes sense.
Exactly,
So-
Boomer.
So you
So-
invited
He
a
said,
devil to your date?
You've got to write
I-
that down. I need the details.
I didn't mean to. He's just kind of always here with me now,
Gross.
as he's marked my soul. But then he marked Abigail's soul,
Gross.
and so she's probably going to be pretty upset with me.
Ah, well, you know how it is with souls. Easy come, easy go. Just,
I don't know if that.
Boomer doesn't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought-
So,
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm with you.
Oh well, I thought it was something really bad. The way you were all looking at each other. I mean, oh well. I guess you always were a sensitive sort, Felix. I guess that's it's nice. You're a nice guy.
Felix
Yeah.
and the devil ran the train on this young lady.
Yeah,
Nico.
you should probably go see a temple that specializes in, banishing demons from people. A devil too.
well, I don't think we'll be able to sort this unless I make another deal, which
If you don't ask, you'll never sort it.
Well, I think so long as Abigail doesn't die. I mean, she's got plenty of years ahead of her for us to sort this out anyway. It doesn't seem like something we have to trouble ourselves with for now.
Not immediately, but sooner. We should do something soon.
I mean, let's put it on the to-do list. That's what I'm saying.
Would that be item number 19 or 20?
Yeah.
This should be near
Chapter
the top
5
of
of
our
our to-do
to-do
list.
list.
It is near the top of our to-do list.
It's in the first volume of the to-do list.
Yeah, then like right below that, that's what we need to take care of. This.
Well, I mean, there's a dragon. Oh yeah, there might be a mob guy that like wants us to kill the dragon.
Yeah, it turns out
Right,
we're not the only
Nico?
ones that want to. Yeah, there's one of the lords seemed particularly keen for us to finish the job on the dragon and not make a big
Do
deal
you
out
have
of
any
it.
information for us?
He seemed very much a payment in advance kind of guy, but I'm
No,
sure.
no. Information on where we might find the dragon now.
Yeah,
Oh yes, yeah. He did have some scouts who seemed a little substandard in quality. But they did.
How did he know about the dragon? Did you find anything out about that?
No. He, like I say, he seems to be the kind of guy whose trust is not easily earned. But I'm sure if we can finish the job, then I'm sure some more information and perhaps assistance may be forthcoming in the future.
Well, when we want to find the dragon, I do
Yes.
have some of his scales, and I should be able to locate him with scrying.
Ah, I like your thinking, Gaston. None of this
Well,
relying
hopefully
on hearsay and.
Well, we get in no fight with him. No fucking whale. Just saying.
So giant ape.
I know.
As long as the giant ape don't like help him out, save him and he gets away.
It seems like
He's
a very
got a good beat
hypothetical,
for you, huh?
hypothetical
No.
situation you're conjuring up.
It's a bad week for Felix.
Oh,
I've
are we doing the dragon thing or the devil thing?
I think devil thing.
All right. Call her to the boat. We'll see what we can do.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna solve the devil problem today.
Well,
Yeah,
so we're
I
going
think
after the demons?
Yeah, demons.
Oh, the demons. Sorry, demon incursion.
Okay.
I mean, you got devil trubs too, so I mean,
Yeah. Pick your.
Just want to
you've got troubles
clarify
both
where
sides.
we're going here.
We decide, by not choosing a side in the blood
Yeah.
war, we have chosen.
I vote we leave town soon, though. That's my strong encouragement, is that we leave town in the not too distant future, like maybe before the tides change.
Now,
No.
How many
Well,
days
I
has it been since I was at the blacksmith? Because I had like 2 days waiting to get his armor back and my armor.
you got another day.
Okay.
Have them mail it to you.
No.
Have them mail it. Well, I
I mean, you don't
suppose.
need that. We're just gonna go fight some demons. You're good.
I
It's
suppose
not like
we
you've
could
ever worn it before.
hang around for a day. I'm sure we can find something to entertain us for a day.
Well, if you guys want to go fetch Abigail, we might be able to go try and catch this elemental to get Tanith up in the air.
I'm willing to bet that. Well,
How far away is that?
Yar, we'd like to fly.
I've got some mushrooms for that.
some mushrooms. Grind some mushrooms into the deck. There you go.
It's the sentiment that counts, I guess. Yar.
Put in the bilges.
Not in the bilge.
upping our mobility factor is going to be a big deal and allow us to get some of these other events taken care of as well in a more
I know the
timely
place
fashion.
I want to fight a dragon is in the air.
We could take a dragon.
Hell yeah,
Lads.
take a dragon.
Well, with now our new defense encampments on the boat, we have a better
That's
shot.
right. Yar, we do be armed to the teeth, aren't we, lads? And you see the crossbows like wiggle. And you hear twang, and one of the crossbows fires, and you see a bolt go streaking across the docks and stick into one of the buildings across the way, narrowly missing a bunch of people crowded around a fish market, and it's like buries itself in the side of this building. And the crowd kind of stops, and everyone turns towards the boat. And all of the crossbows turn and point towards Boomer. And you hear you hear Tails go.
Hey, the main mast and sail pointing at Boomer?
You see some of the rope do the they give it the kind of everything on the boat is just sort of
What? I don't get it. What?
I think Tanith is just pleased to see you, Boomer. That's all.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Let's go fuck a dragon. I mean, fuck up a dragon. I mean, whatever.
It's not words aren't.
Yeah.
Boys, I do believe he wants to fuck a dragon.
What again?
Yar, we watched
Lubricant for it.
You better hope it's fireproof.
Hope it's boomer proof.
Yar, do you think it's acid soluble?
All right. So, Abigail.
Yep,
Where is Abigail?
she's at the Black Staff.
All right. I'm off to go get Abigail.
Thank you, Boomer.
Where's the black staff?
Oh, God.
It's in the city.
Have I studied the city enough to do my illusory map for him?
Yeah, you've walked. I mean, definitely not the whole city, but definitely sort of the path to the Blackstaff's tower.
All right, so I'll pull this up for Boomer and try and direct him.
Yeah, so you whistle up a map, and this glowing layout of the city. But it's interesting. So when Felix projects the map, it's tinged with it's sort of seen through his perspective, like his scope. So there's certain things are in a lot of detail, and other things are sort of grayed out. They're just sort of indistinct along the way, and so you can kind of get a little bit of an insight into the psyche of Felix were you to analyze sort of what is in detail and what isn't in detail.
The broken psyche lately.
Right. Yeah. And so, I mean, weirdly, this orphanage is like all lit up and whatnot, and it's weird. Yeah, but so the map isn't like, it's not a perfect recreation. It's definitely filtered through the experience and mind of Felix. But you're able to look at the building and get look at the path, and you're directed towards the tower. So you've got a good idea of how to get there.
While Boomer's away, can I try and give Tanith like some marksmanship lessons for his new.
Oh no!
Some safety lessons.
Jesus, God help everybody. Yeah, you definitely can.
Just like some target practice.
That was awesome.
Yeah. What did you have in mind? Like some skeet shooting out over the water, or what?
I'm gonna go and put an apple on that child's head.
You see the marketplace over there, the banana that's just to the left. No, I reckon. I reckon we
right between the expectant mother and the nun. See, you think you can thread that? Think you can thread the eye of that needle?
I reckon. So are the crossbows on all only at one end of the boat, or on? How
no, they are here. I'll throw some stuff up here. Yeah, they are all around the deck of the boat. Sort of, you got two in the back, 2 in the middle, and 2 up front.
Okay. I think then I'd probably just choose one and set one of the ones on either, maybe the one on the back, and say this is the one we're gonna do target practice, but you're only allowed to use this one. And I would go down to the other end of the boat first and put some old like a can or something on the edge, on the railing as the first target. And then if he's let's see how he does with that. A couple of things at close range, and then maybe I would think about shooting a moving target with my own arrow, tie something big to one of my own arrows and give him moving target practice once he gets past level 1.
Okay.
But I'd try and do it in a direction that he's shooting out to sea rather than into the town.
Okay. So they're gonna look something like that.
Where are we looking?
If you're on the boat.
So should I can't see anything in either astral or.
Are you in? You're looking in Tailspire.
Or in Tailspire. I don't see anything in Tailspire.
Wish I could see Tailspire.
I'm in the place between boards.
Oh. Hold on. Let me summon players to this board. There we go.
Woohoo! Oh, cool. Yeah, he's armored.
Hang on. Let me see. Need to send me.
There you go. Rob, are you in? Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Sorry, I'm working on getting it loaded up here.
Did I go to the right? Did I go to the right one?
Your player is here, or your mini is here.
It says it's waiting on you, apparently.
Waiting on me. Hold on a second. There we go. Nope, take it out of that. I do not know what it's waiting on. Here, let me summon everybody here.
Let me. Oh.
What are all these bits of yellow paper on the floor everywhere?
Bits of yellow paper.
Yeah, all on the gangplank and they're scattered around. Is it just trash?
I think it's just general trash. I think. Yeah.
I don't see any yellow paper.
On the dock she's talking about.
Yeah, they look like little yellow bags or something.
Yeah. I think those are like empty sacks.
Okay. So I would probably start by maybe choosing one of these, like turning so the crossbows that are down here at the lower end, like
Yep.
turning them around and then placing something up, like up here or up here somewhere for like
Okay.
near target practice, but I'd probably give like the other guys some warning.
So you tell Nico, you're like, Nico, hold on to this for me real quick.
Yeah, just a bit closer to your face.
All right.
Nice.
Are you going to show him how it's done first?
Yeah, I think I would go and like give him a demo.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for hijinks.
This is going to end well.
All right, Skippy, go ahead and Nico, are you holding the apple?
I'll throw the apple in the air.
All right.
Ooh.
Nico throws the apple in the air.
8,
Skippy. Skippy, this is a fairly trick shot. This is a DC 15, we'll say 16, DC 16 to hit the apple.
Oof, okay.
Fucking boat is gonna hit me.
1, 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
Boomer's walking to the black staff, and arrow just comes sailing out of the sky. Come on!
Ping. Okay, let's try. I rolled, oh yeah, no worries. 22.
Boo.
All right, yeah. So you, Skippy pulls back with the bow. Lets fly. An arrow hits the apple neatly bisecting it. 2 halves of the apple fall. Nico snatches both halves out of the air and takes a bite. Nico, give me a Constitution check or Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a 12.
What's your DC, Skippy?
My DC?
Yeah.
For poisoning me, presumably.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. 12, I think.
Yeah, you're right. It's got a little bit of an acrid taste to it, but you're like, fine, but yeah, you play it off. You take a bite of the apple, full swagger.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, so Terrence goes, yeah, all right, I see what you're getting at. I see what you're getting at. All right, let me give it a go. Nico,
Ready again, Tanith?
throw the apple.
I remember, Tanith, you have to aim ahead of the target.
Right, I'll aim at his head.
I'm going to be ready to duck out the way. Can I make it look like Tanith hit it?
Oh, illusory wise?
Yeah, make the apple like explode in a shower of like shards, and then try and conceal the real apple.
Yeah.
You're not helping.
Give me a deception check, but using your Arcana.
Okay, so that's deception arcana. So what I have, +2 instead of +12.
Yeah, because you're using your illusory what have you to sell it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not bad. 16.
Yeah, not too bad. So yeah, you toss it up there. Felix is impressed. It hits the apple. Well, the arrow goes sailing through, but you manage to make it look like the apple, sort of hits. What do you do about the real apple that's falling?
I'll conceal that with the illusion, and then sort of try and catch it behind my back.
All right, give me a dexterity. Give me a dexterity check.
Oh, 11.
Yeah, the apple goes plunk onto the deck behind you.
I'll say, oh, I dropped my snack there. Sorry.
Really
just,
was impressed.
Would this be like a perception check for me?
Yeah, go and give me a perception check there. See if you can see through Nico's illusory. We'll go ahead and give one for
no.
Tanith.
I'm completely.
Skippy, you are sold.
Yeah. Wow, Tanith, that was incredible. I didn't think the trajectory was quite right at the beginning there, but oof, I was.
Oh, maybe it caught the wind somehow.
Quicker learner than I thought.
Yeah, maybe
Could
just
be.
put a bit of spin on it. You know,
Taking
it's a trick
taking
shot.
into account for the wind.
Coriolis
like
effect.
very advanced.
Tanith's like, yeah, well, you be a good teacher. All right. I think I'm ready for live targets. What do you think?
Oh, I think practice makes
Felix,
perfect.
Did you catch any? Have you caught any fish yet, Felix? Do you reckon we can can I attach one to an arrow and shoot a fish up into the air for?
I'll just mage hand a fish like 30 feet above. Like, yeah.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah, everyone's involved.
But Tanith's like, Yar, you be a good crew, a good and honest crew.
Well, half right.
Pretty generous.
All right, so Felix, you gonna throw the fish up?
Yeah.
All right. Tanith is Skippy, are you going for this or is Tanith going for it?
Tanith can go for it. He was so good on the first one. I don't think he
Yeah,
needs
it was
any more help from
amazing.
me.
He's not gonna wait for the fish to land.
Whoa.
You try to get it in there.
That's not helpful.
Tanith, you see one of the crossbows swivels as you toss the fish in the air, and Tanith launches a bolt, and it spears right through the fish, and splash falls into the water.
Nice, Tanith. Very good.
The Tanith's like, now we're ready. Bring on the live fire exercise.
Gaston's going to sketch Skippy teaching Tanith and Boomer to shoot.
I don't think
That's
Boomer's
epic.
there.
Boomer
Boomer
going
went to
to
fetch
get
Abigail.
Abigail.
Oh, okay.
Boomer could be there in the sketch, you know. It was
Just draw Boomer with an arrow in his ass.
Some of them big buttocks.
Come, baby.
All right.
Excellent.
so Tanith,
Okay.
you're ready for live fire?
Bring on any scurvy brigands or pirates. They'll know my name be Tanith.
Excellent.
All right, so Boomer, you are walking through the city, heading towards the Blackstaff Tower. It's part of the city you've never really been through before. You're getting some odd looks as people are staring at you. You see a lot of people in robes, a lot of people dressed very nicely. And eventually you come to the Blackstaff Towers, this massive black monolith in the city that rises pretty high up into the air. There's steps leading up to it and a large oak double doors.
I guess this is the place. and walk in.
You head inside. You see in the middle of the tower, in the middle of the floor, there's this intricate design that looks like it's worked into the floor. And there is a woman who is sitting sitting at the reception desk. You recognize her. It's Abigail. You've seen her on the boat before, but you notice that she has a white streak in her hair now that wasn't there before. And you also notice that she looks pretty tired, like she really hasn't been sleeping well.
Hey, Abby.
She looks up from the desk and she says, "Oh, hello, Boomer?
Yep.
Was it?
Yep. You got it. First try. Good job.
Oh, what are you doing here? I didn't think you were
We're
much
going.
into magic."
We're going.
Oh,
We're the boat. We're going.
okay.
You coming?
Where are you going?
Vandelver. Yep.
Oh, no, I think I'll stay here.
Kidnap her.
No. We're going. There are a bunch of demons we gotta go fight.
Oh, I think I'll stay here, Boomer. That's very kind of you to offer to take me with you to fight demons, but I think I'll just sit this one out. Do the others know that you're on your own?
Yeah. I go by myself sometimes in places.
Okay. Do you need help? Do you need help getting back to Tanith?
You want to come with me?
I'm not going to Fandelver, Boomer, but I can help you if you're lost.
You want to come with me? The boat? Not to Fandelver.
Oh,
We're friends.
Give me a deception check.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she looks at your childlike innocence, and she goes, "Oh, okay, Boomer. I can walk with you to the boat. I'll help you get there. But I'm not going to Fandelver. You understand, right, Boomer?"
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't think she's coming.
I mean, you can be on the boat.
No,
We'll drop you off right
Boomer.
outside of town.
No, Boomer, I'm not going to Fandelver with you. I'll just walk with you to the boat.
You want the boat to fly, right?
Yes, but that's not in Fandelver.
You know.
I do know, and it's not in Fandelver.
You didn't know demons were in Phandelver.
Well, I had heard that there were some, that
Heard.
there were some demons to the north. I didn't know
I
specifically.
heard to the north you could have Tanith fly.
Where did you hear that, Boomer? Okay, so that's not where Tanith flies. Did Felix send you here, Boomer?
No.
Go ahead and give me a deception check with disadvantage.
No.
Could I do disadvantage on the
Okay,
tab?
Mr. Burns, what's your first line?
Your 6-year-old son's life's better than Boomer.
Give you the option.
No.
I don't know, just do it twice.
Yeah, I'll just do it twice. All right, here it comes. Here's the first one.
Ooh,
Is a
yes.
One.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Let's see if it gets worse than that.
Is a zebra.
It fucking does. A zero. Yeah. So you do that thing where it's you go. Are you lying? No. And you also let
Felix
out
who?
like
I don't know
a
anyone
small,
called Felix.
You also let out a small fart, just a little one, while this is going on. So yeah, did Felix did you? No.
No.
Oh, God.
Wow.
No, he
Managed to
told
roll
me
a
he
2
was-
and a 1. That was impressive.
That's amazing. Good job, Boomer.
Yeah, anybody got inspiration so we can roll a 3 and a 4 and just like complete the set?
Yeah. See if you can go for that bottom straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So she looks at you. She goes, Boomer. I think it's very sweet that you're doing this for your friend, but I don't really see a future for Felix and I. You understand, right?
I feel like it's like telling a small child that mummy and daddy that aren't there.
You understand it's not your fault, Boomer.
We
But-
both still love you.
Felix is sorry the devil man took your soul.
Wow, he told you what happened.
Oh,
Wow. So did he tell? And you can see her now, like you see her, like she flushes a very deep red, and she puts her head in her hands, and she goes, Boomer, I need you to answer me honestly. Who else did he tell?
he didn't tell.
Boomer,
Go.
did he tell the rest of your group? Boomer.
no.
Are you kicking the dust bunnies on?
Why would he?
Because I'm his deepest and truest friend.
Uh-huh. And he told Skippy and Nico and Gaston.
And Gaston totally won't journal about it and give it to the Temple of Ogma.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Probably
because
won't give
you're
a
mad.
public lecture on it. Yeah.
Like, who to be worried about? Case example.
You're going to be famous. Don't worry.
She goes, look, Boomer, I promised Tanith that I would help them fly.
I'm sorry. Felix is normally a good cat. It's just been a bad week for him.
A bad week for him.
And you, and you.
Boomer, I don't want to talk
It's a bad
about
week for a lot of people.
Mistakes
a
were
lot
made
of
on many
people.
sides.
How many other people has he done? Is he seeing other sorceresses? How many other people are having a bad week, Boomer?
Oh no!
I think that's a big great. You know, I got eaten by a whale. I picked a fight with a dragon, and then a whale came and saved the dragon.
Boomer,
It turned out the whale was Felix. Real weird.
Felix
He
turned into
swallowed me.
a whale and ate you?
Yeah.
Boomer, I thought I knew him. I don't.
It's not his fault.
Boomer, I'm sure he convinced you of that. I'm sure that he managed to.
I'm smart.
No,
I would
Boomer,
have known. I would have
Boomer,
known if he
you-
was
you-
tricking me.
you are smart, Boomer. But tell me, is there anyone else that Felix is having a bad week with?
I mean, our whole party's kind of having a bad week.
What did he do to the rest of them?
I mean, he didn't do anything to them. I mean, like, Nico's sister's back, but she's off.
Does he spend a lot of time with Nico's sister?
No, I don't think. I think they've probably like seen each other like once.
Uh-huh. Okay, Boomer. Maybe, well, you don't have to stay with Felix, Boomer, if you think that he's not a good kitty.
He's a good kitty. I found him in a wall.
You found him in a wall, Boomer?
Yeah, he was stoned. He was in the wall. He was stoned, and he's like a real old kitty. And at first I thought that his magic was a different level.
What do you mean a different level, Boomer?
Well, he did spend a lot of time throwing shit around.
I thought he was a poo-mancer.
You're saying he might deal in the fecal-mantic arts.
Yeah, and shit.
Uh-huh.
Or caca.
Oh, you're so
Yes,
conscious.
very good. God, why, Abby? Why do you pick them, Abby? Why?
What?
No, Boomer. It's not your fault. Look. Oh, okay, Boomer. Look,
You're nice.
No, thank you.
Like, Felix is nice, and you're nice, and so, like,
No, I know this is hard to understand, Boomer, but I don't think it's gonna go anywhere with Felix and I, and that doesn't mean that we can't be friends, Boomer. I want to be your friend, but I don't think I can go to Fandelver with you. I'll go to the island of the elementals to help Tanith, but I'm not going to go adventuring with your party.
Please?
Oh,
You understand that, right, Boomer?
That would have been
So look,
hilarious.
Boomer, let me know when you guys are ready to go and capture the air elemental. Let me know when the party's ready for that, and I'll go with you. But until then, I really think I want to keep my distance.
My dad's in my axe.
Did Felix do that too?
No, but if you ask my dad, he doesn't have a high opinion of me.
Yeah. Mr. Boomer's dad? And then he over your shoulder. Yeah. Did Felix trap you in that axe? No, but another necromancer is responsible for this, yes. So in a way you could say Felix did, yeah.
No, that's not how that works.
Wow.
Dad, do you remember that old?
If one necromancer is just as bad as the next.
Okay, it's been yeah, it's yeah. Good talk, Dad. We don't need to talk to Dad anymore.
Dad acts like, look, I got other opinions.
A different time.
Yep.
Let me tell you about which lives matter. You're like, oh, okay, it's past okay, past your bedtime there, Dad. Oh, look, Boomer, please tell Felix I understand that he's sorry and that well, I don't know what he wants anymore. But just when you're ready to go get the air elemental, let me know. What?
He's real sorry.
Yeah,
Like,
I bet.
Real sorry. He's
Real,
sad.
yeah. Yeah, I bet he is, Boomer. So just let me know when you're ready to go get the air elemental, and I'll come with you, okay, Boomer? But if you're going to fight demons, I think that's something I've already had too much involvement with
Well,
all of that.
Well, I mean, you had involvement with the devil, and the demons are different. Common misconception.
Thank you,
Kinda.
Boomer. That's very
Wait,
kind of
Didn't the
you.
demon thing start with a cat?
Shut up.
Yes, everyone does it.
She goes, look, you're not going to leave, are you, Boomer? Okay. Okay. I'll come with. Why do I do this? My mom was right. Okay. Boomer, I'll come with you back to the boat.
Okay.
I'm not getting on the boat, but I'll walk back with you to the boat. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Felix is
Okay.
at the boat.
Huh?
Felix is at the boat.
I know where Felix is. I'm not going there to see Felix. I'm going there to let Felix know.
That if you guys, maybe like could get a drink or something. And, like,
No, Boomer.
talk.
I understand that you want your friend to be happy, but I just don't think look, I'm not going to go into this with you. Okay, let's just go back to the boat, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go talk to Tanith. Does Tanith know about my soul situation?
No.
No. Okay. So the whole crew then. Okay. All right, Boomer. Let's.
Nope. You'll get mad.
Right. Okay. Let's go back to the boat. I have a few things to say to Felix. Okay, so Abby and Boomer leave back to the boat. She leaves a little note on the desk saying that she will be returning. She doesn't grab any of her stuff. She's clearly angry. She's walking very briskly back down to the docks.
I imagine she's like holding Boomer's hand, like, guiding him through the city.
It's more like when you grab the upper arm of someone and you're like sort of like frog marching them, kind of like, okay, come on, Boomer, come on, Boomer.
There's a lot of people that don't like me in this city. I don't know why.
Yeah, so you make it back. You make it back to the boat. And she walks down the docks with you, Boomer, down beside Tanith, and she tells you, she says, Boomer, go and get Felix. Tell him I'd like to speak, please.
Will do. I'll go get him.
Thank you.
Where is Abigail now? Is she off? She's like next
So
to the boat.
Abigail will be standing. But I will get one. So Abigail will be standing on the dock by the side of the boat.
Okay.
I'll go find Felix.
Well, is she happy to see us?
Well, good news. She's here, and she said she wants to talk to you.
How did she say that?
She wanted to talk to you. She's over there on the docks. Why don't you smooth things over?
Abigail, good to see you again.
Hello, Nico.
Will you be joining us on our voyage?
I don't think so. I will not be going with you to Fandelver. My promise was to Tanith to get an air elemental, but that is the extent of it.
Where's the out of game? Where's the island? Did she tell us where the island was that she thought we had to go? Like, is it anywhere near on the way?
No, it's it is out west. South and west.
South and west. So we'd have to sail back past Waterdeep to get there, basically.
From Fandelver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. It's always so lovely spending time in your company. But I understand if you have commitments here for more adventure in the city than you would find out on the seas, making the world a better place. I can understand.
I'm so glad that you understand.
Is there any paper, parchment, or anything
on board to wrap a fish in?
Yeah.
All right. I'll take her a freshly caught fish, I guess.
You're gonna do that thing like when your cat brings you a cockroach.
Still alive, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Boomer will be kind of pushing Felix, towards Abigail, like, eh?
Just be a reluctant walk of shame, like, oh God, I'm sorry. I'm bad.
Yeah, so do you, so she's standing down the docks, you're up on the boat. Do you go down to her or do you just toss her a...
Go down.
No. I'll climb on down to the dock and say, well, Abigail, it's nice to see you. I'm glad you came, and I'm sorry for everything that's happened.
While this is going on, can Boomer be on the boat with Nico?
Yep.
And telling Nico about how he smoothed everything over. And like, look at them. Look at that. I did that.
Good job, Boomer.
Buttery
Well
smooth
done.
velvet.
Yeah, I can see there. Let's just hope Felix seals the deal, eh? It's all on him now. You did everything you could.
I'll tell her that I didn't think she wanted to speak with me, so that's why I asked Boomer to get her, but I was not expecting her to go to Fandelver with us. I was expecting the air elemental.
So she says, if you were going to Fandelver, why did you send Boomer?
Well, I didn't think you'd want to see or talk to me or anything, and
Of
I'm very
course
ashamed.
I don't. Of course I don't want to see or talk to you. But if you're going to Fandelver, I don't want to go.
We're not going to Fandelver right away.
Did you tell Boomer that?
It may have gotten lost.
Well, you told him everything else. It seems that's about the only thing you didn't tell him. Why did you tell Boomer what happened?
Well, we have a person of the House of Ogma that is kind of involved with some of this stuff, and I was asking more for help how we can try and rectify the situation, and I am part of this team here. I'm not going to go alone if I have a problem that I think they can help with. And so, yes, I was enlisting their help to try and solve, and I have a potential plan, but you're not going to like it.
Well, did you think that maybe you would consult me before you talk to them?
I was trying to hurry this along and make the most appropriate time decision. And I didn't think you were up to talk to me yet. So I'm trying to find out ways to solve this and have a solution for you the next time we talked.
I suppose you are coming from a good place, but I have to tell you, trusting you is not easy at the moment.
It's freshly caught this morning.
So yeah, you hand her the fish. And she looks down at it and she goes, it's like still flopping. She's all, how very
I assume I would
thoughtful.
have given her a gutted fish, though.
What's up?
I would have given her like a gutted fish. That way, like she could just take it home and cook it.
Oh, you
Not
gave
have
her
to-
a gut. You gave her a gutted fish.
Yeah, like you would take home to eat.
I just
Right.
assumed it would be still alive, so.
Yeah, So you give her, you give her some, exsanguinated fish, and disemboweled exsanguinated fish. She looks down at it and she goes, "How thoughtful. Did you touch this fish?"
Yeah.
And she holds it out to the side and just drops it onto the dock.
Hey!
I'll just kick it into the water then.
Oh.
And she says, "You'll understand if I don't want to eat anything that you've touched."
That's fair.
Wasteful.
Boomer, this doesn't concern you.
So do we?
Sorry.
So we.
I'd offer to take you further up the dock for more privacy, but I don't think you would like that.
No,
Never heard
I
it
don't
called
think
that
so.
before.
No.
Look,
Is our plan to get Tanith to fly first, and then go and fight the demons? Was that our plan?
I guess it would be useful to get Tannis to fly while Abigail is still alive, just in case anything happens.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna go and get
Skippy
good
song.
job.
Just saying, she's got an expiration date on her. That freshness seal got broken, you know what I'm saying? So
Strike while the iron is hot.
Let's give this a try. So yeah, I'll sort of lean over and go, well, it's so good to see you've smoothed things over, Abigail, and that you'll be joining us on our voyage. And I'll try and use suggestion on her and say that she'll be joining us on the voyage.
all right, so she's got to make a saving throw.
Yeah, wisdom 16.
Ooh.
Let's see what her. I don't know what.
Probably quite good, I should think.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Can I de-inspire her?
Yeah, I'll let you use.
I think she's probably always fairly
I think I can
inspired
only
in our company.
Yeah, she's pretty de-inspired.
I will let you. Yeah, I'll let you use your.
'Cause I think. Yeah, I can only use luck on myself, but
Yeah, I'll let you use it to impose disadvantage on her.
yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Oh boy, this is going so well.
There we go.
That's
Ooh.
better.
There you go. It's a 5.
Yep.
Yeah. So she, this is going to help her trust issues just immensely.
Well, the great thing with suggestion is that you don't know that you've had it used on you when it runs out.
Right. I'm sure she won't notice any discontinuities in the fact that her will has been subverted. Go ahead and make your suggestion.
People make stupid decisions all the time, Ed. I mean,
Sure.
And they never regret any of them.
yeah. So, I'm so glad you'll be joining us on our voyage to make Tanith fly.
Yay!
She looks up.
Are we going to make Tannis fly? Yay!
She looks up at you. She goes, "Of course. I made a promise to Tanith. Of course, I'll come with you." And she says, "But I didn't bring any of my things."
I'm sure you can. Yeah, I'm sure you can go and get. We'll assist you with whatever you need to bring on the voyage. That's no problem.
Boomer, you like carrying stuff.
I like carrying things.
She goes,
Boomer, do you think you're strong enough to carry everything she needs?
Heck yeah, I'm strong enough.
She said, she goes, yes. Well, we'll just need to go to my apartments and get a few things for the voyage.
We're all friends again. This is great.
Excellent. Glad that's sorted. Boomer, assist the lady. I'm going to go and celebrate our new fellowship with a standard toast. I think here I'll go and crack open one of the bottles from the hold and
yeah. So and you can see her like she's genuinely trying to piece together like why, if she was going to go on this trip, she didn't bring anything.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just kind of like oh, I guess I was just excited to go on the voyage.
Well, no, she came down here thinking that we weren't going, and then we told her no, we are going, and so she's just going with the flow. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's totally going with it. But yeah, like you can see her like just what? But all right, but she's all
yeah.
Oh,
that was my bad.
Okay, Boomer. Let's go get my stuff.
All right.
And she looks at you, Felix, and she goes, "You stay here. We'll be back."
Yep. It's going good. You won't have to talk with me more than you need to.
Good.
When she leaves with everybody, I'm gonna tap Felix on the knee a couple of times
Yep.
Yes.
and hand him up a bottle of lubricant, just in case.
Read the room, man. Fucking read the room.
Married 13 times.
Maybe it'll help get the elemental into Tanith. I don't know.
It'll just slip right in.
You hear Tanith go, "You hear that voice? We'll be getting a blowjob."
I think Ed needs to take inspiration.
Yeah.
All right, so Boomer, you head off with Abigail to her apartments. She's got a place. It's sort of in the midtown area, not super nice, but not.
Can I call after her and say, if you could find some books on heraldry and the noble houses of Waterdeep, that would be fantastic.
She looks back at you. She goes, if we see a shop on the way, I guess, are we in a hurry?
No, carry on.
7 hours and 58 minutes left. Yep, keep going.
So she walks off with Boomer. You guys, you go to where her apartments are. They're in an okay part of the city. There's a lot of like young professionals in this area. A lot of hipsters. You go to her apartments. When you get to her apartment, she says, "Wait here, Boomer," and she walks off back to the bedroom. Boomer, give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Should you get those glasses on?
Hey.
Yeah.
22.
So, Boomer, you're standing there in her apartment. You're kind of looking around, walking around, not really trying to be nosy or anything, but you're just sitting there waiting. What you can hear her packing, and you notice there's a small clump of what looks like black fur that is sitting on one of the sitting on a small table next to a like a couch type thing in her apartment.
Huh. That's weird.
She comes out. She comes out of the bedroom, and she has a bag with her, and she says, "I guess I have everything. Are you trying for her not to notice you noticing anything?"
I mean, no.
What's this?
Yeah, so she comes out and she sees you staring, kind of looking at the fur, kind of going, oh, look at that, and she goes, "Oh, that's nothing. My brother was here. He had a small dog. It's nothing." And she like quickly grabs it off the table, and she says, "Well, let's go. It's time to go. Come on, Boomer."
You take the dog hair with you?
I'll throw it away outside. I don't want it in. I don't want it in here in case it attracts other animals.
It's
Yes,
okay.
Boomer?
It's
Nothing.
okay.
No, nothing. No, it's not. Nothing is okay because there's nothing to be
It's okay.
about. It's a dog.
If Boomer will just give her a hug.
So when you hug, like you go to hug her, she starts to kind of like she tries to like kind of starts to like back away. She's like, "No, Boomer, I don't." And then you hug her, and she is tense for a second, and then you feel her kind of go limp a little bit, and she starts like sobbing.
Oh.
And she starts like crying, and she goes, "Boomer, it's not fair. Why, Boomer? It's not fair." And she's just sort of like she kind of has like a little bit of a breakdown. Like she's just sobbing into your shoulder, and she just keeps saying it's not fair. And she says, you hear her kind of through the tears and everything. She's saying, she knows it's not Felix's fault, but she still can't. Why did this have to happen? Why him and why her? And, why does it always seem to go this way? And so she has a pretty hard cry for about 20 minutes. And then she stands up and kind of collects herself. And then she takes a deep breath. She goes into her bathroom and wipes her face off. And she comes out and she says, "Boomer, I thank you. And I would appreciate it if you didn't say anything
Again.
about."
Okay. Okay. I will do my best.
She looks at you and she gives you like kind of a kind of a half smile, like a "I know you will, champ," but like she kind of knows what the score is here, but she knows you're going to do your best. What's up?
Said balls out of my court. Nothing I can do about it.
Right. So yeah, she reaches out and she gives your arm a squeeze and she goes, "Okay, let's go."
All right, you good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
And so
I hope
she,
I lost their souls.
what'd you say?
Said my whole tribe lost their souls.
And she looks at
And
you
they're
and she
better
goes, I think that's a whole nother thing, Boomer.
I can't even remember my family's faces.
Do you think that's why you became friends with Felix?
Wow.
I didn't know that about myself.
Boomer's head just goes.
He's not bad. We all make bad decisions sometimes, but our hearts are in the right place. Most of us. And he messed up, but he's gonna try and make it right. I messed up a lot too. A lot of people don't see it, but I try to make it right.
Well, Boomer, I don't think anything you've done can be on the scale of what Felix.
Oh
has done.
no. No. I fucked up bad.
Are you not
A lot.
strong?
Pretty
Tell
often.
me.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm my own
Boomer-
worst enemy.
Boomer, I mean, how bad could it be? I mean,
Why we're going to Fendelver?
Felix condemned a soul to the nine
Yeah.
hells, Boomer. I mean, what could be worse than that?
You're not help. Yeah, no, we'll talk about it on the way. But yeah.
And she looks
All
at
right,
you.
let's go.
She pats you on the arm. She goes, Boomer, you're so sweet. I can't imagine that you would do
No.
anything.
She says you're so sweet to the guy covered in fetishes and scars with a giant blood dripping axe.
Yeah. But she's looking at Boomer, and she goes, "What? I mean, she knows he's like part of the hill tribes and everything, but she's like, you're so Boomer. What could you have possibly? What? I mean, she's thinking Boomer like made a boo boo, like he did. He like accidentally bumped into somebody or like knocked somebody down, and he feels really bad about it or something.
Accidentally stepped on a butterfly one day, or like.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she knows obviously like Boomer's in the business of violence, but she sees Boomer as of course he only fights those who mean him harm.
Yeah, like that elf impersonator. How dare she?
Showing strength. Respect.
I mean, clearly Abigail doesn't talk to the blacksmith community. Because if she talked to the smithing community, like clearly her perception would shift, or
Yeah.
if she talks to the people of Pandelver, but whoops, can't talk to them anymore.
Boomer is a serial mass murderer. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I mean, the souls that are in Boomer's shadow are many and tortured.
Just like any artist.
Brothers.
Yeah. Like brothers. All
At
right.
least he's got a shadow.
So yeah, yeah, wow. And Nico's like, we all got shadows, huh? Huh? Look at me having a shadow over here. Huh? All
It does
right.
everything I do most of the time.
Nico's standing in front of the light, and the shadow is going the wrong way, like it's going towards the light, not away from it. And he's like, wow, I mean, no shadow's perfect. But it's there. Huh? And it flips him the bird and walks off on its own. Hey, he'll be back. It'll be back. It'll be back.
This time, bring 2 bottles.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you guys, you walk back to the boat, and you pass a bookshop on the way. And she goes, "Oh, Nico wanted a book on the noble houses of Waterdeep, right? Why is he interested?
Yeah.
Why is he interested in that?"
I don't think they have any here.
No, they look. They have a section right here. There's
They look real busy.
no. I think Nico asked. Come on, Boomer.
We're pressed for time, Abigail.
Boomer said. Nico said to take our time. He wants us to pick up a book.
I think he said don't waste time.
Boomer, come on! And she grabs your arm and pulls you into the shop. So why is Nico interested in the royalty of Waterdeep?
No.
There's a lot of books.
Yeah, look. Oh, look. Here's one. Here is one on the 3 founding houses of Waterdeep. One of them are the Daggles. Boomer, have you heard of the Daggles?
Dwarf.
Boomer, you are so silly. What?
Super silly. Hey, guess what? I'm be super
Do you
silly
think-
outside. Come follow me.
Do you think? Do you think this book is what Nico's looking for?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, you're with him. You're with him a lot.
Why
What's
are
he
you
looking
asking
for?
so
Like,
many questions?
well, I just want to make sure I get the right book for him. What is he interested in the noble houses for? Is he? Is he related to one of the? Do you think he's related to someone in one of the noble houses? He just never really struck me as someone that was
You know, I
interested
never
in
learned to read
genealogy.
common. Yeah, never learned to read common. Maybe you could teach me.
Well, sure.
Teach me to read
Yeah,
at the boat.
oh,
Make your purchase.
yeah. Well,
Let's go to the boat.
Imagine Boomer's
okay.
like, oh my god, I just agreed to have her let me teach me the
I know.
And she's all Boomer. She's all Boomer. We'll start on this right. You know what? I bet Nico would be interested. We could probably teach you to read while researching the noble houses. And I bet we could talk to Nico while we're there to find out about it. You know what? Let me buy the book, and then you can tell me all about it on the way there. Are you excited to learn to read?
Yeah. Right? Is there an apple or something that I can eat?
Well, I think there's plenty of stuff.
Or-
I think there's plenty of stuff on the boat. Come on, Boomer, you have to tell me all of it. You know what? How did you meet Nico anyway? I've never even heard.
I gotta have a flash, dude.
So she buys the book, and you guys are heading back, and she says, "Well, you told me how you met Felix, that he was in a stone wall, which I will." And she was about to say that she would have to ask him about that, but she catches herself, and she, kind of takes a deep breath and lets out kind of a ragged sigh. She goes, "Anyway, so how did you meet? Well, and then tell me about Skippy. How did you meet Skippy? Where do you even meet a grung?"
Oh no.
Wow.
See, what happened was
So
were transporting this prisoner to be sacrificed to Strahd, and then
I met Nico. We were fighting goblins.
Oh, goblins.
We
Oh.
were fighting goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Ran into Nico. Became friends. Started doing jobs together in Vandelver.
Oh.
One of the jobs took us to the realm of Strahd.
The realm of Strahd. I've never heard of that. What's it
He's
like?
a vampire. We killed him.
Oh.
I ain't a werewolf.
Wait, how did you get to the realm of Strahd?
Wait. You asked that, but I tell you I ain't a werewolf, and you just right by that.
Well, wait. Well, we'll get to that part. But how did you get to this other realm?
Magic. I don't know how magic works.
Oh, did Felix transport you there? I didn't know he had access to.
Nope, not Felix. Another magician.
Oh,
I forget his name.
I haven't met him. Is he part of your party?
Nope.
Oh, what happened to him?
Why'd something have to happen to him?
Well, if he's not part of your party, did he leave? I mean, did he just walk out the door?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Yep. So after
you met Skippy. Yep, met Skippy.
Uh-huh.
There.
Did you meet so you met Skippy is actually from where the vampire is from?
Yeah. It's weird.
Oh, that's interesting.
Megaston there too, but he's not from there.
Oh. Yeah, how interesting. So did he also get there from the wizard?
I don't know how he got there.
Oh. So this wizard brought you back from there
and then so hung up on this wizard.
Oh, it's just the magic, I think the transdimensional magic is very interesting. It's a fascinating branch of study.
Yeah, it's super fascinating. It's way past my feeble rock dwarf brain can comprehend.
Oh, Boomer, don't sell yourself short. You are plenty smart.
Dwarf joke.
You are plenty smart. Say it.
I am smart.
There you go. Doesn't that feel better?
It does.
All right. Yeah. She says we're here, but Boomer, we have a long sailing trip ahead of us. I cannot wait to talk to you more. You are so fascinating.
You're gonna be on the boat the whole time, huh?
Yeah. Isn't that great? Boomer
is awesome.
Boomer, I think we are going to be friends. I know things between Felix and I may be a little strained at the moment, but that doesn't mean that you and I can't be friends.
Yeah. Friends have secrets. They should keep them.
Boomer, do you have secrets you want to tell me? We are friends. Okay, we're here at the boat. Let's go up. I guess we're going to set sail for the island.
Welcome back. Did you happen to find my book on your way?
She says, you know what? I did. And, Boomer was telling me about your interest in the noble houses.
Ah, he was. Did he tell you that I am actually the sole surviving member of a long lost royal house of Waterdeep?
Boomer.
What happened to your sister?
not-
Right? She's at the doctor.
Ah, yes.
What?
Maybe. Well, I suppose my sister technically is a member of the house as well. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Gaston, for reminding me.
She goes, oh, why is your sister at a doctor? Is she all right?
She had a bad spell with some wizards. You know, these tricksy wizards. No offense, of course.
She
Yes.
goes, oh,
I don't think it was a wizard. I thought it was one of those mind bender thingies.
Yeah, wizard. Yeah, wizard.
wait, an illithid?
Yes.
Gaston, did you see an illithid in the
Yes.
city?
Yes.
And
I wrote a
your
book about it.
Questions?
We should absolutely talk about it. You guys, that's really serious.
We chased it away.
It was an inquisitor.
Yeah.
Wait,
you see-
you didn't kill it?
It teleported away.
Oh.
It saw us and ran.
Well, did you destroy? I mean, had it set up any spawning pools?
Spawning pool?
We did
Oh.
kill a little baby one that looked like a big slug.
Yeah, there was
You
a
killed
slug
it?
thing. Yeah, stomped it
Yeah.
real good.
Did we stomp on it? I think we stomped on
one.
it.
Not so much with the stomping, actually.
No.
You
What
actually
did we
left
do?
it behind.
No, there was the one in.
There were
was
two
the
of
one
them.
in
We
her
left
head.
one behind and we did something with the other one.
Oh, there was the one in her head that you pulled out and stomped on.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the one in the sewers, you left that one there.
Yeah, not my problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Not yet, it's not.
Focus on the now.
And she goes, oh, well, if you didn't see any spawning pools, I'm sure there weren't any there.
What
You
do
would have known 'em if you-
spawning pools look like.
That's a logical fallacy. Come on, woman. We didn't search.
You didn't.
We had an injured person. We ran like crazy. There's all these John Wicks down there. It was crazy. No.
Ah, it was a glorious battle. Yes.
Oh, well, maybe when we get back, we should probably tell somebody.
Oh, we did. I told the Church of Alchema.
If is good.
The Church of Ogma, huh?
They know.
And I'm sure they wrote it down and were excited to study it.
Yeah, well, it's knowledge. So, yes.
Sure, that'll be fine.
Would you say?
Hey,
Do you think there'd be any sort of? I mean, you seem concerned about this this tentacle-faced wizard. Is it like? Would you think there'd be a reward for this kind of information?
for information on illithids, yes, the Lord's Alliance would pay handsomely to know if there were any illithids in the city or anywhere.
Ah, well, then we should go there at once. We'll delay our departure. Where are these Lords Alliance?
Oh my god, I just want to leave.
Well, the Lord's Alliance is typically made up of the rulers. Is typically made up of the rulers in the city. So, I mean, obviously, any high-ranking official would be a member of the Lord's Alliance.
Yes, and we can handle this when we get back.
We can fly back.
That's true. We
Yes.
do. I guess. Yeah, that's true. So actually, what I'll do is there like the dockmaster or something nearby?
Not nearby.
Are there any kind of dock hands nearby?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's always a few people like wandering around the docks.
I'll sort of tear one of the blank pages out the back of the book she just bought me, and sort of scroll. I'll sort of I'll just sort of scroll.
Clutch his heart.
Yeah, I'll just sort of scroll a note on a piece of paper that says like.
I'll snag the book from him. I'm like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. The bad man won't hurt you again.
Yeah, I'll sort of write a note to Dabble. I'll say, FYI, found Illithid in
Found
sewer.
Illithid in sewers. Possible invasion. Anyway,
Invasion ? Thought you should know.
We
Love and
left
hugs.
town yesterday. Bye.
Be back later.
You know,
XOXO.
please hold on to my reward for this information. I'll collect it when we're back, and then I'll sort of fold it up, and I'll go and go down to like just like some random street urchin who's just like kicking around the docks.
Wait, the Temple of Ogma has some guards here.
Oh, do they? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, you did get some guards, didn't you? Yeah, I'll ignore the guards and go to the urchin anyway.
Yeah, give it to someone who can't read it. That's probably the better.
Say, hey, kid, you want to make a gold coin?
At the mention of a gold coin, the kid's eyes go absolutely huge. He's, yes, sir. What do I need to do?
You a fast runner?
The fastest. And the kid's kind of chubby.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the heck? He's a street urchin and he's fat? Oh, he's a plant.
Yeah.
I picture the German kid from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Don't make me run out full of chocolate.
Okay, I've got an important message I need you to deliver to a man named Davil Starsong at the Mercantile Warehouse. Can you do that?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, great. Here, take this, and here's a silver coin. You'll get the rest when you get back.
He takes the silver and says, I'll get the rest, up to a gold. You said gold.
That's right. You get that note there. Hurry back, and promise as soon as I see you, that gold coin is yours.
He goes, yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it. And he takes off running fast, as fast as his chubby legs can carry him, heading towards the Mercantile building.
Pick up those knees. And I'll turn around, dust my hand, and say, "Okay, now we can go. Let's go."
So you climb back aboard Tanith.
Yep.
Tanith will say, it's good to be back. Sailing. What do you say, lads? And you hear the oars ship out of the hold, and you hear the drums start beating below, and the oars begin to work, and you push back away from the docks, and you hear the skeletal crew pick up a sea shanty. As you push away from the docks, and they begin singing in time as they row, and Tanith says, we'll be able to take to the sky, and no one will stop us.
Tanith, you don't have a standard. We need to fix that. And
We're actually currently flying the flag of Ogma's church.
Yep.
I'll use a silent image to make a bigger and more impressive standard for the crest of House Koska.
It's just it's like a wine bottle crossed with a deck of cards.
I was about to say it's a wine bottle and a sphincter.
Right, it's a broken bottle on top of a pile of broken dreams.
Yeah, so you make you make a so as they push out and the sails unfurl, you make a silent image of the symbol of House Casca on the sail.
Yeah, there we go.
It should just be like 2 dice and then a wine bottle pointing down.
I don't think the ship should have anything to do with House Casca because, you know, historically speaking, bad things have happened.
It's true.
The only way is up, though, Gaston.
That's not true.
The only way is oh, really? Ask Felix. I'm sure he's about 8 levels down.
Approximately.
We're a balanced team.
All right, so the ship sets sail off for the elemental island. Abby is the atmosphere aboard the ship is a little bit tense. Every time Felix and Abby have to cross, like especially it's in where the crew quarters are. It's a little bit tight in the hallway. Like a couple of times they see each other in the hallway, and it's like, oh, after you. No, I insist. You go ahead, and no, you go ahead. And then Boomer comes down the hallway. Hey, we're all going to eat. And he just takes, kind of pushes them both together and down the hallway. And every time it's they're sitting down to meals, and every meal is just super tense and super strange. Just kind of quiet and everybody's trying to make small talk. Just guess we're sailing.
At this, Felix would start taking his meals in his room.
Felix I'm gonna go eat. And then as soon as and then every time Felix leaves, Abby is, you can see she watches him go, but at the same time she's trying to well, good, I'm glad he's gone. Now we can but at the same time she's like, well, so does he go up on deck at all? Does anyone? Not that I care. I just want to know when not to be up there. Is all. So we set sail. It takes 4 days sailing, and on the 4th day, when you as dawn breaks, and Abby's been guiding Tanith on where to go. She has a head map of where this island is, and she's been guiding Tanith on where to go. And on the 4th day, as dawn breaks, you see ahead of you there's a sort of a fog bank, and as the sun rises and the fog begins to burn off, you can see the island ahead of you. You can make out the beaches, and you can see that there's what looks like mountains on this island. But as the fog begins to clear, you see that it isn't mountains, but actually chunks of island that are floating. That are suspended above a main portion of island that's still in the ocean, but there are chunks of island that are floating and revolving above the island. And as you approach and get closer, you can see on these chunks of island that are moving around, you can see what looks like serpents of fire going in between them and moving around. And some of the chunks of island, you see the earth looks like it's moving and flowing, and on some of them you can see what looks like living flame moving around on the pieces on these floating islands above. And Tanith gets you in as sort of as close as they can, and then you drop into the rowboat and row ashore to the island to look for the air elemental, and that's where we'll stop for this week.
Excellent.
So will our crew find the elder air elemental to bind to Tanith? Will Abby and Felix ever make up? Will Skippy ever get her armor and the respect she deserves as a scholar and a member of the academic community? Will Boomer ever mend his domestic violent ways? Find out next week on Good Guys, but not great.
Awesome.
Yay! And then Matt, you'll just hit the record button again or the stop.
Let's see.